Hello friends and welcome to another rendition of our Ultimate General Civil War Confederates playthrough. We are high and mighty after our victories at the Battle of Stones River. We were allocated a reasonable budget and an adequate amount of manpower, shall we say, and I have managed to get our first corps almost back to full strength. Our second corps is more or less matching our first corps, but sadly our third corps is still leaving quite a bit to be desired. We now have all of our supplies at 35,000, which is excellent, and we do have 26 reputation to spend. I was not aware of the morale boost you get by keeping those points, so I am going to keep that for now and get the 2 morale boost, which seems like it could be pivotal in some of these battles. I'm also painfully aware that we could be getting an extra 3,000 men, which should give us 1 and a bit extra divisions and help us probably fill in some of the gaps that we have here and there. But I'm going to do my best not to do that just now. We do have the Battle of Chancellorsville coming up, and you can see we've got 3 skirmishes to fight as well. I'm going to start with the furthest away, the 1st Franklin, and then we're going to go from there. So we can use one of our corps. I'm going to send the 2nd Corps in here. They have too many brigades, but that's fine. The Federals have deployed 1 full division 2 miles south of the town. There is not yet any sign of Yankee cavalry. We may now advance swiftly and strike the Union camp before their cavalry arrives. General, it's not going to be an easy task because although our army is stronger, they wait for us behind strong earthworks. Good luck. Oh, they're not going too crazy with the speech here. As always, I will undeploy everyone and then put them down in the formation I want, like this. So this is what we're going with. Skirmishers are on the flank. We've got our light brigade covering our left. They're going to move up and probably scout for us. The batteries, I reckon I'll move them up into these sort of houses and then we'll try and get a firing position there and then see where they're defending. I assume these fence lines and of course these earthworks are going to be the main defensive points. I think our main sort of direction of attack, I think we might try and come in from here. Try and get through there, but we'll see what happens and how they lay in the land. Let's go. So first thing I always like to do is just to pause and then move everyone up as and when it's sort of required. I'm going to put these chaps here in these houses and then we've got the road to move up when the time sort of allows itself. We've got the big game hunters and the widowmakers, they're going to move up to the flank here. And then we've got blind skirmishers, they're going to move up here. The light brigade are going to move up in support. And then we're going to split our infantry into sort of 2 lines. We're going to put 3 of them there. And the other 3 are going to go there. I am hoping that our skirmishers etc. get out in front of the line so that if there is anything lying in wait that we get an eyes on pretty quickly. 3 hours we have to complete this feat, so let's not waste any time at all. I do see there is some forest here, so we could use that to our advantage in terms of moving the boys up. So I might stick one of them in there and one of them in there, and then we'll see what's what. I am tempted to move Baylor up and try and get an eyes on, so I might just move him along this road just now and see if there's anything lying in wait here. Blind skirmishers are getting into situ. I think I want to move them up here and get into these woods, and the light brigade will just leave in these buildings just now. Baylor is being shot at, so there's enemies there, and that's us now getting into the woods. Now, we should be able to sit and pepper them from afar. And from what I can see, it doesn't look as if the enemy are at full strength here. So that's a good thing. So I think we'll get our skirmishers set up and we'll start hitting them from distance, seeing what we can do. From the looks of it, we could actually move pretty far up here and start leathering them. But I think I'm going to try and exercise a bit of caution here. We're going to slowly pick them off and whittle them down, so no rush. I'm in no rush. I wonder if we can get cavalry round here. Getting behind them. Let's get you chaps here in this sort of wooded line. I think I might move up and try and pressure them. Fire's going out here. Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe just pressurising the centre part and just trying to push straight through. Probably not the sort of optimum approach for casualties, but hey ho. I am going to try and send the light brigade round and see what we can do here. I'm also aware that blind skirmishers can fire at them from within cover, which is obviously a big deal. So I think we'll go round here with the cavalry and see what we can do. You chaps are going to get set up in the woods. You guys are still picking them off. So we'll get 2 of you there. Middy can go there. I think we'll move and we'll probably try and bayonet charge them at some point. What are they doing? What are these? What are they doing? Well, they've doomed themselves. I mean, maybe I misclicked, but as far as I'm aware, I did not order that. Right, everyone's almost in position. Cannons, we're going to get concentrating there. Baylor's just sort of tickling them down. We do have the light brigade in behind, so that's fairly excellent. That's fairly excellent. I wonder if it's worth me trying to bring them round here and shoot at them from behind to take them off the defensive point. They will obviously take losses, but it could be worth the endeavour. So maybe we exercise a bit of patience just now. So if we were to bring them down here, say there's no filler in behind, no spare infantry, we could technically fire at them from the rear and draw them. So maybe that's what we should be looking to do. It's pretty open here. I mean, could we go one better and sneak straight into the point? There's cannons shooting at us, that'll be them I assume. I just keep waiting for some infantry to appear exactly like that. Very well positioned. Right, we've got an eyes on, we know where they are. So we're going to get these chaps here. You gentlemen are going to move up here and we're going to engage them. We'll keep the southern twisters back here. Moody's going to move here. You lads are still just skirmishing them. So chaps, up we go. You two move up and engage them. You two move up and engage them. You move up and engage them. Widowmakers are still doing the work there. I'm going to pull the big game hunters back. We're going to bring them around and we'll get 2 units firing at Banning there. So our light brigade, we're going to stick in the woods. We've got a good eyes on. We know what sort of lies in wait. So we've got that going for us. You chaps get in there. You lads get up and start firing. Want to fire a few volleys at them and then charge. We don't want to sort of charge too early. We're going to have to take losses here because we're just trying to punch basically straight through the enemy's lines. This should allow 3 brigades to fire at the sort of 1 here. You lads are sitting at kind of funky angles here. We've got a few volleys off. I think we'll charge McHenry. I'm going to slowly move him towards. And then once these volleys are away, that one's about to go. McHenry can fire again. Let's do that, and then we're going to charge. Full volleys going out. And then in we go. Stevo's Outlaws are going to move up behind. Moody's going to move up, and you lads are going to keep peppering them. We should be able to break through here. They've got cannons. Of course they've got cannons. Why wouldn't they have cannons? Let's charge here. Southern Twisters, they're going to come round and fill in the gap there. Right, we're up in the front line now. They're getting massively run down. Wow. That was actually very impressive. I'm quite chuffed with that. I'm going to allow them to continue chasing down. Trig's getting stuck in there. Excellent. Look at this. Chaps, get in there. Fire at them. The cannons are having to turn. We are chasing them and we know there's divisions there, so we need to be careful. I kind of felt like that was coming there. We've broke through here as well. The Lucky Brigade we're going to move up, and the Southern Twisters we're just going to move up and start shooting all over, I think. You chaps can come here. We're getting into the melee with the cannons. Quite a successful charge if I do say so. We've moved them from the point, which was the main sort of the main goal here. And these chaps are going to come back shortly. I am thinking that we pull them back and we just set them up in the woods here. Southern Twisters, we're going to do the same. Lucky Brigade, they're going to keep firing at them. Line Skirmishers can keep going there. I am going to try to move them up into these woods and see if we can get them involved just shortly. I'm going to move Moody up and try and get them exceptionally close, and then we'll maybe charge. We've managed to bite in here quite nice, really. Causing them some pretty serious problems here. Lucky Brigades, let's go. Southern Twisters, I do want to charge them, but they're going to absolutely gun us down if we do that. Right, chaps, in we go. McHenry can move back up, Trig can move up. Cannons are coming up as well to join the line. We're looking pretty good. There is some supplies there. Yes, please. Fortunately, the Light Brigade have really not been given the easiest of tasks here, as I think is becoming abundantly clear. But they've gave us some good intel, and intel is priceless, right? I'm going to move that into the corner and we'll bring the Light Brigade back down here. Okay, we're keeping them at an arm's length whilst we push the enemies that remain out of the sort of defensive points. We're going to need to start moving up and trying to hit them. You move up and hit them. You can move up and hit them. Their condition is basically gone. We're getting grape shot from very close range here. We'll get Baylor moved up. You lads get set up there, and then we'll get our skirmishers here to fire at them. McHenry's coming up. Yeah, this was always going to be a win, I think. We're going to take quite a fair bit of casualties trying to get said win. Lucky Brigade's been knocked back here, but I think that was always going to happen. We're going to charge Trig up there and try and dislodge them once and for all. We're getting the ammo up here. 6th Rebel Yell can go there, and the Rusty Pipes can set themselves up just in behind. The Widowmakers there, and the Big Game Hunters can make their way around the sort of flank here. We're actually looking pretty good, I think. We're looking pretty good. We have taken losses, but, you know, we're in a battle. where line infantry were still used. There was always going to be losses. If they rout, we're charging these guns. Let's move you up. Let's move you up. Move you up. If Steve-O's outlaws come up, they fire at them. That should free up. It should free up these lads to hopefully... There we go, that's them. Let's go. Trig will move up. Line skirmishers, if they can get into these houses, that'd be great. We're in melee with the cannons now, so that should stop them firing too much. We're going to just let everyone take their time here and try and get in a nice defensive position. McHenry can move up and fire at them. Moody can come up and fire at them. Our skirmishers will set them up here, try and get a crossfire. Yeah, we're not looking terrible here. I've taken more losses than I would have liked, but what can you do? I am going to leave our skirmishers and whatnot here, just yeah, keeping an eye. Trig's going to set up here. Line skirmishers, I can pull them back a little bit because they've got long range. We'll fire at them from afar. You set up here. So secured the camp, 30 minutes to go and then it's ours. So let's get our cannons moved up to help defend, and then we'll get our defensive line sort of setting in position now. I'm not interested in further bloodshed, so we'll sit back, and if they want to come at us they can try and dislodge us. You lads need to run like hell. Trig needs to move in, fire at them. Need to fire and then charge. There we go. And then in we go. Cannons are getting here. Them being here is going to be a massive help. They are trying to counter-attack us. Honestly, not really a surprise. We take this, we've obviously won. But we're in a good defensive position here. You can see they're getting beyond routed. They're getting turned back at the first real opportunity. Why did you not charge them? You're meant to charge them, you fools. What are they doing to me here? They were meant to charge straight in. They're now getting fired at from the flank. Why did they not charge? I ordered a charge. Oh, they're gone. I'm just going to keep these here because this is free supplies. That's free money. Free prisoners as well. Southern Twisters, we really need them firing there. We need to move these chaps up, I think. Coots managed to break them. Unbelievable. No, you lads need to keep facing that way. Blind skirmishers can hopefully move up and fire at them. We'll get Lucky Brigade here. Try and hit them from two sides. Steve-O's outlaws shouldn't be moved there, I doubt. They're well positioned. I think this definitely could have went better. But it's going to be a win. We're routing them, we're decimating when we're getting the opportunity. Steve-O's outlaws do not give chase. Reform. McHenry reform. Moody fire at them. Let's get you lads round the flank. Flanking shot from long range skirmishers. Damn, the Yankee cavalry is back. Oh look, they're right next to us. Let's just move the supplies away. See if we can keep a hold of them. Oh god. Oh no, that's not good. I should have dismounted them. The Light Brigade are in trouble, but I guess they're going to buy us time, so we've got that going for us. Going to move the skirmishers back here. Going to set them up there and there. We've got infantry and support if we need them. Cannons are firing. They're trying to move us, but I don't think they're going to be able. I really don't think they're going to be able. The Trig we're going to move round here, round the flank. We're going to probably need them. You lads can keep them at bay, and the Lucky Brigade we're going to move up. We'll have them fire across here. They should be gone though, yeah. I think we've won this. Just need to wait out the timer, I guess. Steve-O's outlaws, get yourself set up. Tempted to move up and try and challenge for these woods. So I think we might try and do that just now. They are still charging us here. I really do need to try and dismount. I need to try and dismount them and just have them skirmish. So let's do that. They're going to be able to fire a lot quicker from here at them. They are, by the looks of it, trying to come here, so let's move back towards the infantry. Let's move Lucky Brigade up. Cannons can be moved up slightly, you can be moved up slightly. Commander can be moved up slightly, and we'll keep the ammo coming. Trig's making his way up here. Move our skirmishers along. Keep the pressure on them. I think the Light Brigade here are sort of taking one for the team. They're obviously going to be taking a load of casualties, but they're kiting a lot of enemies and they're drawing a lot of attention. We are in a trap here. You chaps can just pull back. We'll just defend the wagon. Here, they're in trouble. They are in trouble. I'm going to try and move up and kill those cannons. Looks like they've actually had some reinforcements arriving. Blind skirmishers can pull back. They can outrange them in a big way. So we just need to keep them at the edge of our range, which is roughly there. They are charging us. You know what? I'm gonna keep advancing here. If we can like get a total victory here, I'm happy to take it. They're running straight at our lines. It's not gonna go well for them. We're reasonably entrenched. Our cover could be better, I suppose, but we need to move up and keep them busy, or they're gonna leather the Lucky Brigade. Who I am gonna fall back and do this. This has ended up turning into quite a bloody affair here. Trig can move up. We'll get him set in here. Try and move our cannons up so they're a bit closer. Hopefully we get some grape. Now, the blind skirmishers have taken a hit, but they should be able to move up here and cause some pretty serious problems. They're going to be firing through the flank like that. That's a good time. Right, into the houses, into the defensive points, and we hold. We hold now. We can now pull the light brigade back towards our own lines, which is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to get these chaps set up here. I'm going to charge them. Very rare we get an opportunity to charge like this in this campaign anyway. So I'm going to take it. Lucky Brigade can fall in there. You chaps fall in there. Stevo's Outlaws come up here. Right chaps, in we go. We're going to charge them. Widowmakers turn and fire at them. You fire at them. You fire at them. Supplies are safe. Big game hunters, we're going to pull back to the woods and we're going to get the light brigade remounted and just keep them alive. Moving into the point, getting the defensive line set. I think this is done. It's a foregone conclusion now. I'm half tempted to sort of try and continue pressuring this because it's going really well. The cavalry are sort of coming round our flank here, which is going to be bad news for us, so I'm going to try and fall the Lucky Brigade back and just do that. Otherwise I think we might be in for a bit of bloodshed to the end here. Finishing that straight away. That is a nice skirmish win. So for once we outnumbered the enemy. We had roughly, let's say, 15... We had roughly 15,000 to their, let's say, 10,000. Casualties, they have taken about 1.5 times what we did, which is a good time. In goals, we did everything. Battle units, we did take quite a lot of losses, but we've also, I reckon, we've destroyed a few enemy brigades, so that's good. Sadly, we lost Jack Wilcox, but 2 others were promoted, and Andre Trigg was wounded, sadly. In terms of goods, I mean, nothing really to write home about. Some supplies captured, what's nice, and some arms here being rescued and captured. So it leaves us in good stead for the next battle. Almost 60k, 1 career point, 5 reputation, 3,600 men. So we can almost replenish what we lost there, so it's not the end of the world. Career point here, I am going to fire this one into politics. Because we need money. We need money desperately. See, we're now at morale boost 3. That is most excellent. So, after the Battle of First Franklin, I'm certain I have no longer the power to stop theRandolfski, and I fear that I will be replaced. I am now counting on your old friendship and your political connections. Can you please help me to gain more time and receive more military support? Without new reinforcements, my military career is at stake. I am depending on you. Major General Ralph Lepian? He can, as they used to say, suck a fat one. General, be advised that 3,000 seasoned troops will arrive by railroad to reinforce your positions. The railroad must not fall into enemy hands before their arrival. Fight you, General theRandolfski. One of our associates has stolen a confidential mention to improving 3,000 recruits in your area of operations. So does this mean, right? Can I interpret that this means that there's a battle here that I assume has a railroad at it? And if we potentially win that battle, that's going to stop the reinforcements, I assume. Anyway, if I'm being honest, it was good to sort of stretch the legs of the second corps. We have been mostly using our first corps for most of our engagements, so it's nice to give the second corps a bit of a chance. I think we'll put those chaps in there. I will replenish here best we can. We do have a decent amount of money. It's just the troops that we're lacking, but I'll replenish here best we can, and then we'll bounce forward. So I have replenished the second corps, as you can see, with the dent I've made in both our budget and our recruits. I have managed to add a new brigade of cavalry, which are being named the CSA Regulars, as requested. So that is now our first corps and second corps at full strength in terms of what we're fielding. We could still expand a little bit, but with that manpower, I don't think I'm in a rush to do so. The next battle we have is, we're going to go in with, let's go Rio Hill. A bit more of a budget going on here in terms of rewards. So this time, 0 out of 10 brigades. I'm tempted to use our first corps here, just to give us the option. Our supply station Rio Hill, a few miles north of Charlottesville, is under attack, Ah, okay, so we're going to have to be defending here. I think this is a good corps to put in, our first corps here. Large numbers of Federal cavalry are approaching our supply station near Charlottesville. They should belong to Stoneman's Cavalry Corps that is raiding eastern Virginia. We have few brigades located here that can stop those Yankees. A courier has been dispatched to recall our detachments operating to the southwest. They will return as soon as possible to aid us in the defence. Okay, we are very thin on the ground here, aren't we? Very thin on the ground. Right, let us deploy and then we'll set up our defensive efforts. I think as much as I want to deploy some skirmishers here, I think it's important that we just put down numbers and get boots on the ground. So this is what we're going to start with. I will start the battle. I'm going to immediately pause. And I'm going to detach some skirmishers here and just try and occupy all of the points. So there's not an easy way in. So I think Smokey's Bandits I'm going to put here. We'll stick Smokey's Bandits skirmishers out towards the point. Lee's Dixie Boys are going to go in the farmhouse. The skirmishers are going to go in there. The Blackpool Brigade are going to defend here. And we'll have the Blackpool Brigade skirmishers. I think I might send them to here, just to try and keep an overwatch of the area. It's just one of these frustrating battles where there's not a massive amount you can do. I'm going to stick the first Rebel Yell in there. And I guess we'll just we'll prepare for what's to come. I'll fast forward until let's call it the excitement starts. Well, here they come. 16 minutes later. It's our skirmishers that have spotted them. They are trying to dislodge us by charging us, which is an interesting turn of events. I'm tempted to bring Lee's Dixie Boys up and get some proper volleys coming out here, but I think the Smokey's Bandits should hold the line here. They should hold the line. This is when cavalry would have been great to have just in here operating as a counter force. We are routing them, but there is more coming. We've got cavalry now coming from our left flank. Oh dear. We're manning all the defensive points, that's all we can do here. We just need to keep knocking them back for what, 3 hours? 3 hours we need to plant our flag on the ground and say we're here, come and move us. I need to keep our general moving around here to offer the buffs so that we can keep the defensive points. I think holding these defensive points is going to be the key. I assume they're going to attack us from all sides, so I'm hoping that our men are in the right places. How many troopers are approaching? Right, okay. We knew that was going to come. This is why we have men in situ here to keep them at bay. We're immensely well packed in here, so hopefully that's going to keep them at an arm's length. I'm tempted to pull these Dixie Boy skirmishers, what a mouthful, round here to start cross-firing, but we'll see. Smokey's Bandits seem to be holding just now. I'm going to move our general here to hopefully buff both of these chaps. We are routing them well and truly here. Those 24-pounders seem to be doing some pretty stand-up work. I'm going to move them over here a little bit and hope that they can help here. And we'll keep our general here raining out death. I'm going to move Lee's Dixie Boys up here and start firing this way. Might be a mistake, but time will tell. And get them formed up here and start firing at them. Some nice volleys going in there. That's fine. I'm fine with them falling back like that. You chaps can fire there. They're reloading and running, so fire at them again when you can. Cannons, you need to fire. You need to turn around and fire. We don't want them hitting our. That's not what I meant. I meant to do that. We don't want them firing at our cannons, is what I was meaning there. We don't want them taking any hits here if we can avoid it. Hines will keep moving you around. The Blackpool Brigade are keeping them at bay. Our defensive perimeter is holding thus far, but we're not exactly massively in the depths of this battle, are we? They're approaching from the east, so they're coming from here now. I feel like these chaps are actually, they've probably endangered them quite a bit here. I'm going to pull these Dixie Boys back and try and get them on the defensive point here. They're trying to flank us. Well, no shit. I think that's the sort of general gist of this battle, is that they're going to try and flank us. Blackpool Brigade need to be defending there, but this seems to be a bit of an Achilles heel here, is this flank here. I am tempted to fall back Smokey's Bandits, but if I do that, then this area is just going to be sort of prime for the pickings for them, you know. The Blackpool Brigade are sort of taking them off the team here and absorbing a lot of this fire. They are in a defensive point, so I'm hoping that they can hold. Our reinforcements, when did they get here? What the hell, when did they arrive? Did it tell me? Was I completely ignorant to the fact that they'd got here? Like, what's happened here? What the hell's going on? Did a message pop up telling me they were here? Did I not see that? You chaps need to move up here. You need to get up here and start firing at them. We need to remove these cannons as quick as possible. We are going to be overwhelmed here very quickly. Very tempted just to charge these guys and hopefully stop them from firing. You guys, you've fired your volley, just keep moving. Same here, just close the gap. We'll get you lads up here. Scotch Guards, I'm going to try and protect our cannons as best we can, but we'll see how that plays out. The Blackpool Brigade have sort of done their bit. If I can fall them back, I'm very tempted to do so. Let's just charge them, try and take them out of the fight. Look at the amount of men they have here. They are getting routed now, not a surprise. Rest of the chaps are holding as is. 47th Virginia can move up, get in here. Dolski's Mad Lads can also move up. Be nice to have some long range skirmishers here. Be also nice to engage the points here and maybe keep our cavalry in reserve. Blackpool Brigade, let's just try and get you back. Let's try and just get them back and attached. There we go. That's what we've been looking for. Let's dismount these chaps in the woods. Let's swing Dolski's Mad Lads round and get some volleys into them. Right, the Grey Caps can come this way. Wilf's Legion are going to be left here to just cover the point. Scotch Guard, I think we'll set them up front and centre, and the second Rebel Yell can go here. So we'll set up another sort of defensive point here, separate from the main body of our army, but it can still absorb some of the pressure. The Blackpool Brigade, we really do want them just moving up and just reattaching themselves. There's more men in here than we first anticipated. We're going to detach some skirmishers from the Scotch Guard, put them in these houses, and just order a bit of a defensive line here, because we are engulfing them. We're completely surrounding these guys, they're trapped. If they want to go around us, they have to cross a river and go up a hill through a forest. So it's not the most favourable terrain for them. Try and pull these chaps back. I actually have complete confidence in this holding, if I'm being honest. We're looking pretty good there. We just need to try and hope that our skirmishers here can keep them at an arm's length. Grey Caps are going to move through here. That looks like one division gone. Or one brigade, sorry. They appear to be gone. We'll keep moving infantry up here, and then I think I might set some skirmishers in the woods here just to keep a lightly defended skirmish line for us. Keep pushing up here. Smokey's bandits there have done a great job. 166 kills. Just going to move in, quick fire them, try and get them gone from the field basically. Keep going. Dolski's Mad Lads can start moving up here. Going to move our cannons into the forest here. Scotch Guard can take up position there. Wilf's Legion, I think we'll probably leave them in here. They've got good cover. You lads fire at them. Fire at them. Scotch Guard can move up and fire at them. Grey Caps, I'd like them to keep chasing them just now. I'll remount just so we can cross quickly and keep the pressure on them. I think Dolski's Mad Lads might have to come up here and help out. Scotch Guard, turn and fire at them. Now. Oh, that was kind of rough. I think there's cannons maybe just here. We'll send Wilf's Legion out to have a wee look-see. Might not like what we found here, I suppose. Right here, they've been run down, I think. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll move this this dismounted cavalry up. I think we'll just use them in the woods here. So in here, I'm going to dismount. I probably should have been paying more attention, but here we are. This is honestly holding. Unfortunately, Smokey's Bandits have been knocked back. Lee's Dixie Boys also been knocked back. I am going to quickly pause and reorganise this. I think we're going to have to. I think Smokey's Bandits here can probably move up and help with the defensive efforts. I don't think they're going to be getting hit here too heavily. Hines, we're going to move back. Lee's Dixie Boys getting knocked back is pretty rough. I would like to pull the Blackpool Brigade back, but I don't think we can. So I think the 47th Virginia are going to have to be pulled up and thrown into the fray here. And the Grey Caps, we're going to remount you and then move you down here as well. Scotch Guard, I'm going to leave them on the edge of this woods. And then the actual Scotch Guard Brigade, I'm going to move them in here. And move the second rail up here. Dolski's Mad Lads can move up. Let's let that play out. So Smokey's Bandits are hopefully going to cut off this massive sort of influx that's coming in. I do need Lee's Dixie Boys to sort of reform themselves pretty quickly here. They're getting very close to the point and to the first Rebel Yell, which have not fallen in battle yet, and I don't plan on letting them fall now. These chaps need to get here. Scotch Guard can stay there. Smokey's Bandits can reattach themselves. I think we're going to need the numbers here. Lee's Dixie Boys really do need to reform. I'm going to try and pull the first Rebel Yell back, otherwise I imagine they're going to be in a spot of bother here. They really are. Need to fire at them. These Dixie boys are back. Let's try and get them on the defensive point. Wolf's Legion, I'm going to try and move up, get them onto this this defensive point. Just gives the enemy something else to look and worry about. Dolski's Mad Lads can move up, you chaps can come here, and the Grey Caps can come out here. There we go. They're getting pushed back. They are getting pushed back. You chaps are meant to reattach like that. These Dixie boys are routing once again. It's not what we want. We'll reattach these chaps as well. We need to just get the numbers in, try and plant the flag. They are pressing us here. I think the Scotch Guard are going to have to come up and start putting some pressure on this flank. I think we're winning here, which is good. Dolski's Mad Lads can come up and start peppering them. We'll get the Grey Caps in here. 47th Virginia in there. Smokey's, sorry, the Scotch Guards are going to be left here, just covering the rear. And I think we might need to move these cannons up. Smokey's Bandits, we need to take some field position here. We need to take some territory, just to try and keep them away from this point. An hour and 14 minutes to go. The Scotch Guard are starting to arrive. That is massive for us. Wolf's Legion are also here, sort of peppering around. Oh dear. Oh dear. They're going to be knocked back for the first volley, and then we'll turn and face them, I guess. Here we're looking good. Here we're looking good. 47th Virginia, we're going to move you up, get you in here. The Grey Caps, I guess, are going to continue pursuing them, so we'll get them mounted up, and then we'll keep pursuing them there. The Blackpool Brigade have now been routed. There's some divisions being knocked back here that we're not used to seeing being turned around, shall we say. Right, we know there's cannons here. Let's go try and finish them with the skirmish boys. They're about here, right? You need to spot them and then run. You do not want to close the gap with the cannons. Very tempted actually to charge in here. They need to fire now. Union secured supplies. Good lord, they're on the point. I'm not sure we can say they've secured it. I mean, sure, they're on it, they're sort of occupying it, but they've not secured it. We're still threatening them heavily. Our cannon reinforcements are getting here, so they're stuck in behind here. The 2nd Rebel Yeller here, we'll get them set up there. Dolski's Mad Lads will pull round here. The 47th Virginia will move up. You lads, just charge them, get them removed from the field. Scotch Guard I am going to keep here because they are giving us a line of sight. And then here we need to sort of try and finish this. They need to shoot now. You chaps, I'm going to move into the defensive point. That should cover this flank now pretty steadily. You lads can fire at them. You guys can run. We're going to try and get you here and get sort of some side shots on. Our dismounted cavalry are doing some pretty serious work here actually. Smokey's Bandits, we're going to move up. We need to keep taking some field position if we can. I'm not going to put them into the defensive point here. Our ammo here we're keeping in situ. Blackpool Brigade are moving up. Yeah, they're going to be dislodged just now and we'll recapture it. There we go. We'll keep the line moving. Cavalry here doing a great job. We're going to remount them. We'll get them up here and see if we can get an eyes on what they're potentially going to send at us. 54 minutes to go, and I think we're looking pretty good. You lads can set up there. You lads can disengage. We're going to pull them back. I think we'll mount up, maybe try and attack with our 2 skirmishers this direction. Our cannons have ranged them now, so I think they're in a spot of bother. I don't want to be too aggressive in moving forward here because it could open us to some trouble. So I think we'll set our line here now. They seem to be sort of forming up on one side and attacking from the same direction. So we'll try and use that to our advantage. Our cavalry is here. We're going to get them in the woods here. And then you chaps are going to come along here and we'll form up. Start trying to put pressure on them from the flank. Our cavalry, we're going to form up in the woods. And I think we might even dismount them and just move through the woods. That could be a good idea just to keep the pressure on. They're just getting themselves into position. How is their condition? One of them's semi-tired, I would say. The other's not so bad. I'll get as close as I can before I dismount them, I think. We are, yeah, we're well entrenched here now. I think they're in trouble. Going to move up, try and use these houses to our advantage, and keep Senor Randolfski in nice and close here. They should be routed pretty easily. Let's keep moving up, chaps. Keep moving up. We'll dismount shortly, and then we'll start pressing the advantage. I think this is where we'll run to, and then we'll dismount. I assume Wolf's Legion have been successful in destroying this cannon that we had here. Oh no, dismount, 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 dismount. Dismount, and then none of your hit and run pish. You need to stand and fight here, both of you. Fire, fire. Now, they're going to take casualties. The 100th NJ surrendered. Okay. Very rare that we get a capture, but I'll take them. We're going to keep moving up here and just keeping the pressure on. These lads could do insane damage here if given the opportunity. Insane damage. They're dismounted, they're fast firing. They could do some pretty serious work. Smokey's bandits turning face. Just keep the pressure on here. Scotch Guards are in here, they're doing just fine. Going to move in and try and get rid of them. Going to try and get rid of them. You lads keep moving up, stay in the woods if you can. You lads fire at them. We're looking good here. This is good, we're hitting them from two sides. I think this is going to be a win. I need them to stop running. We need to stand, put our flag in the ground and just defend. We have the viewpoint, I'm tempted to move on to it. I'll cut down there. Oh my god, they have way more men than we thought. They have way more men than we thought they did. They are charging us as well. Probably shouldn't let them get into us, but here we are. Let's charge them. We'll counter-charge their charge. I think these chaps are going to take quite a bit of the damage here, but I think they're going to possibly be winning us the battle. I don't know if they're meleeing us or not. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on here. Let's pull you back. Let's pull you back. Just let them have this. They can run around however they want. What are they doing to me? Mount up and then get out here. Come on. Move. Leave them. Just get away from them. Let them have their viewpoint. We're surrounding the point that matters. You're just a flanking force here. This is a wall that we've built that they cannot hit. They cannot get through. That's what these guys need to be doing. So we're going to get them into position, and then we're also going to hold. They need to hold the line here and just stop them moving there. The big boys are taking the brunt of the damage here. That's what we needed them to do. I am going to move the Blackpool Brigade up here. We're going to put them in the front line and then pull these Dixie boys back. Just cycle the front line. They're about to fire a volley. Once they've done that, we'll swap them. There we go. Fall back. You lads go in there. Let's try and spread the damage out if we can. Lads here are doing a great job. They really are doing a great job. The Grey Caps can hopefully fire at them. Keep them at bay here. Yeah. There we go. Keeping them back. Great job here with the dismounted cav. Scotch Guards, we kind of had to leave them here just in case. I think these cannons are gone. I'm tempted to move up and hit them. I really am. 8 minutes to go. See if we can get one volley off here. They've ran out of ammo if I remember correctly. We did see that. The lads have fired their bit. We'll get them back here and get them back in the points so they don't take any unnecessary damage. Now I feel like if I'd been on my toes a bit more I probably could have detached some skirmishers and tried to capture these, but it's perhaps too late. But oh no, we've already got them over there, so scratch that plan. Scratch that plan. These chaps have been monumental here. Their kills are not massive, but what they're doing is incredibly important. Incredibly important. They've gave us this win, I think. Going to finish this straight away. I'm happy just to take the win. So we did outnumber them there, which isn't really a surprise. It was a kind of, you know, well actually I suppose it is a surprise because it was a defensive effort. But losses for them over 2-1, and we managed to capture 200 odd men. All goals achieved. In terms of units, we're dominating kills and losses, sadly. But that's life. We did sadly lose Mr. McHenry. That was, I think, his first battle, but the other two were promoted. And nothing to write home about here. But that's 2 good wins we have under our belt now. Going forward, 120,000 for that, 2,400 men, 5 reputation, 1 career point, and a load of prisoners captured. In terms of career, I think I'm going to put another point into politics, because you guys keep telling me we need the income. So that's been put in there. We go to the battles map. The incidents of Rio Hill have taught us one thing: we cannot attack those rebels head on. We must flank them, dear General. We need more divisions for this to occur. Dear Sir, your request has been approved. We have dispatched several elite brigades of friends around fight by your side. They're shit in the bed. They're shit in the bed. So I think next episode we'll be fighting Blackwater Heights, and we might make a start to Chancellorsville, depending how long that takes. But I think we can all agree we're going to go into Blackwater and probably Chancellorsville in a much better position than we have previously been in. I will replenish First Corps as best I can with what we have, which shouldn't honestly be a problem. And then I think we might look to hopefully strengthen Third Corps for Chancellorsville. My friends, thank you once again. Your comments and support honestly are tremendous, and the Ultimate General community that I've encountered so far has been a credit to itself. So each one of you can pat yourselves on the back for being warming, welcoming and helpful. My friends, until the next one, toodle pip for now.